Hey everyone, hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Shelly, and today I'm talking about something very not bookish, but I figure that Fridays are my vlog days, and so today I wanted to talk about something really not bookish, like really far out of the realm of bookishness. Most of my vlogs are going to be book related because I love books, I think about books, I read books. I am part of BookTube, which is a huge part of my life, and I am like the cheerleader of books. But today is not book related. However, if you do love books and life stuff, I would love for you to subscribe. Yeah, I know how to describe my channel and what I do. Moving on. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about my kitchen. My kitchen has been under construction since the beginning of July. Here was our plan. Our plan was to go visit family in California for the month of July. We hadn't done this, my family, my husband and two boys hadn't done this for three years. We hadn't been back to California. Part of it was COVID related, part of it was because my youngest son is 3 years old and we didn't want to travel with a newborn when we first had him. And part of it was finance related because traveling, flying across the country with 4 people is extremely expensive. So what we wanted to do was that we had, we wanted to demo our kitchen, have it redone, and come back to a complete kitchen. That did not happen at all. That was the furthest thing that happened. So what happened was that they demoed our kitchen and we came back and our kitchen was empty. And I used like a little stovetop, a little like singular stove for several weeks. And it's just been a process getting our kitchen back to a functioning state and then beautifying it. And so yeah, so I'm gonna talk you through the process. So I'm gonna rewind and I'm gonna show you bits and pieces of the kitchen and talk about what we did to change it. So that's my rewind. Enjoy some of me filming right before they demoed. Okay, my little boys are playing Batman and Robin. And, ooh, let me see if I can brighten you all up. One moment. Okay, so through this is the beginning of our kitchen. This is our family room. And the first thing we would like to do with our remodel is we're gonna get rid of this up here, and we're hoping to get rid of this here. That's the plan, at least. We have this little dinette area, and here's back here is our back door. And so it's kind of strange because you walk in from the back door and immediately there's this countertop right here. So there's the back door. Again, my boys are playing Batman and Robin. We're about to leave on vacations. Okay, so here's the deal. We knew that we wanted, when we took out that, that island, basically that countertop that was in between the kitchen and the living room, we didn't want that there anymore. We wanted to take that out. That was the plan, as I said, but the big question was the floors. We had some contractors that said that we needed to redo all of the floors if there was no flooring underneath, but we chose our contractor, who was amazing, by the way, like truly a fantastic contractor who specialized in floors. And what he was able to do was match the floor and restain it so that you really can't tell that the flooring was a patch job. We had some contractors that said that wouldn't be possible, that you would always know it's a patch job, but our guy was really, really good. And so he was able to fix and redo the floors in a way that saved money and where we didn't have to rip up all of the original flooring in the kitchen and put that down. So I was really, really grateful for that. Also, we wanted to make sure that since we were taking out a whole bunch of storage, getting rid of a lot of cabinets, we wanted to put in a floor to ceiling cabinet in order to store basically all of our junk. We have art supplies for the kids, baking pans that are not often used but are useful. textbooks for the kids, homework bins. We keep a lot of pencil sharpeners and scissors and just crafts and things like that. And we wanted somewhere to put it that was accessible for the kids to get to, because art is a really big and important thing in our life. And so a floor to ceiling cabinet would help round out the kitchen and give us some storage space that we were going to be getting rid of by getting rid of that island. So here is our little dining room. We are going to be putting in an island right here. And this is the main part of our kitchen. So this part up here was totally closed off at one point. And they just took off the backing of the cabinets so that it would feel more open, but we still have this wall right here. So it's like if you come in from the door, the first thing you see is this wall and then the rest of our stuff, which again, it's pretty untidy right now. And that's okay, because that's how I am sometimes. So surprisingly, the shape of the island actually gave me the most anxiety because I felt like I could mess it up. I really wanted an island where we can all sit at for dinner without having to put in like a dinette set. I really just wanted it to be very streamlined. I wanted it to be a big long island for when I do my holiday baking. I do tons of baking during the holidays. I make cookies and candy and all kinds of treats. I do a lot of bread baking, and I do a lot of cooking in general. And so the whole idea was that I wanted an island for a workspace, and then I wanted a space where 4 of us can sit on the edge, because there is 4 in the family, and I really wanted to be able to fit everybody on the same space. And so what we ended up doing was creating a shape. I created the shape because it was just, people had a really hard time, even the granite people, coming up with some sort of solution where we had like a table island duo. And so what I did was that we rounded out one of the ends of the island, so it's like almost a little pub table at the very end of the island. And so as I'm cooking, the kids get up there, they don't clean, they draw, they read, they play up there, there's Play-Doh time, and it's really fantastic because we can all be in the same space. Right now is also a really good time to talk about my color inspiration. My color inspiration was my dishes. This is just a massive salad bowl, but all of my dishes are this pattern, and it's this really beautiful and deep blue that has a couple of different shades. It looks very watercolory and white. I wanted the dishes to be the inspiration because I love blue and white. I find it calming and gorgeous. And so the island and the cabinets and the countertop all kind of mimic my dishes. It has some gray in it, it has blue, my island is blue, the cabinets are white. So I just really wanted to echo my dishes in the kitchen because I love the color story. All right, so let me just come around. We've taken all the art off our walls and things. So this is our little kitchen. This is our whole kitchen right here, and the oven is mounted in that wall. It's very 1960s. So our stove is here and the oven is on the opposite wall. So it feels very closed off because again you have this wall in the middle of the room. The thing I was most excited about was getting a stove and an oven in the same unit. I was a little bit tired of the oven. What I didn't mention was that the oven was shorter, was narrower than most ovens. So my baking pans didn't fit correctly in the oven. I couldn't put them in the way that you normally did. I have to turn it, and so they would go in long ways. And it was almost a running joke in my family. The baker of the family, which is me, the person who bakes the most in my family, didn't even have like a full-size oven. And it didn't keep temperature very well. It was quite old. And so we were really, and for somebody who not just bakes, but I actually make probably 80% or more of our meals from scratch. And our meals, like just 80% of the meals are made by my hands, if not more. And so having a unit, having a cooktop unit that was not only functional, but up to date and in the same area was really exciting to me. And then while we were at it, while I was choosing what I wanted, I decided to go with a double oven. So the lower oven is like large, the normal size oven, and then the upper oven on top that's stacked on top is pretty small. Some people tried to talk me out of it. The cabinet guy that I worked with tried to talk me out of it, saying that I would only use it during holidays, but I decided it against him. I wanted the double oven because I cook all the time. And there are times where I'm roasting chicken and roasting carrots, and they need to be at different temperatures and they have different cook times. And before, I would grin and bear it and work with what I had. But if I didn't have to, I wanted to treat myself to this one thing. There were a bunch of treats. The whole kitchen was really a gift from my husband to me. But this was one of the things that I pushed for, even when other people said that it wasn't a great idea. And I'm glad that I did, because I have been using my double oven like no other. I've been really enjoying it. And then there's our pantry and our refrigerator. We have a dining room on the other side of this room that's full of the kitchen stuff. Anyways, I'll back out so that you can see. So hopefully this whole area gets opened up through the remodel. That's the plan. The plan is that we open all this area way up, and that it feels a bit more cohesive. I'll actually swap you around. And this is our sitting room, or our family room. And again, there's this cabinets and countertop that tend to get in the way. So there's, the family room actually doesn't get a ton of light, and it's because this wall, these cabinets block a lot of the light that would be flowing in to the family room. So this room tends to be kind of dark. Kids were all excited about leaving. Anyways, so I'm leaving my kitchen to the hands of the contractor. And hopefully it'll be a little bit different the next time I see it. Oh boy, was it different when we came back. It was empty. There were things that we didn't have to replace. We didn't replace the refrigerator or the dishwasher, which was really exciting and a way to keep within budget. We chose these really stunning pendants. Our designer helped us choose that. The designer definitely helped with the process, but I felt like I had such a great relationship. I built such a great relationship with our contractor that I would actually, probably skip the designer and just work with a contractor next time, because I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted, and so on and so forth. Okay, but if you don't know what you want, I would say, or you are really intimidated by the process like I was, or you don't have a good contractor, a designer is a really good way to help you set up those pieces so that you can find the right people for your team in order to do a big project like a kitchen or even a bathroom, living room, so on and so forth. So let's just talk about some other small pieces that really just added a lot of life to the kitchen. We decided to get an apron front sink, and what that means is that your sink is exposed in the front. It gives the house a very, I'm looking at the sink, it gives the house a very farmhouse feel, but I thought the apron front sink would just be stunning and kind of hide all of the dishes that we had. We kind of went with a farmhouse theme, but not too farmhousey. Something that was also really neutral, so that if we ever move, though we're not planning on it, but if we were to ever move, the next owner could come in and put their own design spin on it with accessories or decor, essentially. So the apron front sink was really a beautiful addition, and it adds a little sparkle to the kitchen. Then we went with a herringbone or chevron style backsplash. One way that you can save money with that is totally cosmetic is a backsplash. But we weren't gonna do it, and then we decided to do it, and I'm so glad we did, because the tile that we picked, it sparkles, and so it adds this really beautiful shine to the kitchen. It's very easy to clean, and the design that we picked was the chevron herringbone print, which was really impressive to watch our contractor put it all in, because there are teeny tiny pieces, and he hand cut every single piece, which was really, really impressive and really fantastic. One of the things that I am in love with, like absolutely in love with, is our backsplash that we put behind one of the walls as well. The backsplash goes up one wall where there is floating shelves. Now, when we came to this part in the process, it was the decision between cabinets or floating shelves. And we had floating shelves, albeit sort of a DIY floating shelves in the old kitchen, and I really enjoy being able to see my cups, my dishes, grab what I want. I'm not the most tidy person. I can be kind of messy, and I don't really mind, because that's just me. I'm sort of Miss Chaos here sometimes, if you can believe it. And so I decided that a couple of floating shelves that house the things that we use the most, so cups, mugs, plates and bowls, and that when I see it, even if it's a little bit messy, I really enjoy seeing it because they give me joy. My dishes give me joy. The cups I own remind me of my grandparents, because they had the same design of cup all throughout my lifetime with them. So things like that. It's partly sentimental, partly just because I wanted it. So the floating shelves were an addition that we decided to add, and I'm really happy for it. And really, that is the kitchen. Just the little details that came together really brought the kitchen to life, and the things that we wanted to be able to walk in and not walk into seeing a wall. We wanted to feel like when you walked in, you could see a gorgeous, I didn't talk about the vent, but that the vent would, over the stove, I think it's the hood, I can't remember, y'all. Okay, but the hood, I think, that it was, that it created a pretty shape, that the backsplash was pretty, and that, one felt invited, and that they wanted to stay, that this was a space that you wanted to be in. And so that's what we really wanted, and I felt like we definitely achieved it, because the kitchen is now super open. It has a ton of light. It doesn't give our family room a lot more light than I thought it would, but I love the fact that my kids could be in the family room playing, watching TV, and I really just have to take one step in order to look for them or look at them. I could move my prep station so that I could keep an eye on them and make sure that what they're doing is not naughty, or that I can enjoy their company even from the space of the kitchen, all the way to our family room, which wasn't something that we really could do before. We had to either sit at that island that was in the middle of everything, or when I was in the kitchen, I was in this little box, which had all of the kitchen in it. So a lot of times my husband we would elbow each other, trying to put the dishes away. And so we often would kick the other one out of the kitchen, saying, you can't be in here because this is a one-person kitchen. Specifically where the stove and the dishwasher and the sink was in our old kitchen. So it's been a really interesting process. I'm definitely not going to do anything for a very, very long time, just because it took so long. But overall, it was really worth it, especially since we have this beautiful kitchen now, and it really has updated the home in a lot of different ways. We have been in contact with many of different owners and renters that have been in this house before. We live in a small town, and everyone said that they wanted to redo the kitchen, and I feel really proud of ourselves that we are the ones that ended up doing it. And I just love the way that it turned out. It's a space that I want to be in. It's a space that I really enjoy. And you could probably tell because a lot of my YouTube videos are filmed in the kitchen. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this non-bookish vlog. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.